So now we're squared up. We cross-check everything after we nail the bottom plate straight along our line, our snap line on the floor. Before we know the bottom plate's straight, we square up the wall, we'll pin a nail through the top plate. That way it locks everything in and we can sheet it all, cut out our openings, and the wall's ready to stand and it's complete.
I've made it a habit to set nails in between the plate and the foundation. This gives whoever's nailing shear a good understanding of where they need to nail. Sometimes our studs don't land on a 16 layout, so the circles on the zip system sheathing don't work out. Not only does it help with giving you an idea of where to nail, but it also separates the foundation from the framing. You don't ever want your sheathing sitting directly on top of concrete because it can swell up if moisture gets in. You'll also see me mark out the letter P on foundations. That gives everybody an idea that there is a pipe right behind there and not to nail.
So we're using Huber's liquid flashing under all of our sheathing to act as a barrier from the outside in, and I'm using it on this inside shear wall as well to act as a barrier from one unit to the next. You're going to be able to hear everything with a single wall. Typically on a duplex or any multifamily you have a double wall and it's got your 1 hour with Dens glass. This is the first multifamily I've ever done with a single wall in between the two. So we're going to run this all the way along the bottom of our sheets in hopes that it seals. lot of you guys ask me about our shear walls. We have all sorts of engineering in California. We are centered on a fault line. Therefore, everything we do here, all of our builds, take quite a bit longer because of the hardware we're using. And on top of that, the way they have us build. We do a lot of things differently than most people. And it's not because we personally want to, it's because we have to. If we don't, we won't pass inspection, therefore we won't get paid. And we like getting paid. Calling it quits for the day. We got quite a bit sheeted out. We've got the back of the place wrapped up. Still have to do the header to the floor system above. We also have some strapping details that I'll show you guys later on. MST straps, big pre-cut straps. They're gonna run from the beam all the way up into the floor system above and tie everything together. But we've got our 1/2-inch zip system on. Everything's looking good so far. Wanted to talk with you guys about this really quick before we go any farther. Now you can see here in spray paint on the wall, we have a 1. This is a 1 wall. Nails at 6 and 12. The shear wall length is 53'9". All the information is laid out on that wall for multiple reasons. We lay out the walls like this to where the framers, us, know exactly what nail patterns it needs to be. Because on the back side of the home, we have 3 and 12 with a double shear wall. On the side of the home, we have 2 and 12 nailing, which requires a special inspection. And then through the center here, we have a basic 6 and 12. If you didn't know what to nail at and you just guessed, you'd fail your inspection and the house wouldn't pass and chaos would go on, fires and who knows what else. Labeling everything like that though keeps us organized and makes sure everything gets done the way it's supposed to. If you guys recall, when we formed the foundation, we made sure it was a 1/2 inch wider on both sides to allow our shear panel to run down and drop right onto the concrete. Meaning the concrete was sticking out a 1/2 inch, the shear panel comes down and drops right on top. What we did is ran a liquid flashing bead all the way along that foundation, that 1/2 inch sticking out. That way when the sheet drops down, it's not sitting on bare concrete. After we have our nailing inspection, what I'll do is go through and run a fat bead all the way along that crack again, and then cover all of it, liquid flashing from the foundation up to the walls, giving us a perfectly sealed unit. But that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna bust out the router tomorrow, router out some windows, make sure they're as clean as possible. We'll finish nailing off. We'll go over some nail patterns and stuff like that. If you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below. Any framing questions you may have, drop them in the comments. I will see you guys next time. Hang on.